Hello, wonderful traders. Dadas here, speaking to you from the Dadas trading room on the Discord server, to which you are sincerely invited. The link is below in the descriptions, like all the other links. Today was a holiday, May the 1st. In my country, in Poland, it's a official holiday. Also in some other European countries as well. So the DAX 30 index was not moving today, not trading. The exchange was closed. So basically, I was only watching what was happening on the silver, because silver was working. However, not very much was happening. The price was, like you see, the daily candle is more or less a consolidation candle, a churning candle. It went down a bit, up a bit, down a bit, up a bit. Nothing much happened. Basically, what I was doing today was working on some coding. Specifically, I was working on the idea of money management according to the Kelly criterion. If you ever heard about the Kelly criterion, the Kelly criterion is a specific equation that helps us figure out how much money or what percentage of our investment capital we should risk on a specific, well, let's say bet, or a bet, or on a specific outcome, right? And of course, basically, it can also be applied to trading, if you think about it, because basically we can apply the Kelly criterion to, let's say, to games where we can calculate the probability of success, right? For example, like a coin toss. If we consider, for example, a coin toss, the probability to get heads or tails is exactly 50%, right? And in the long run, if we make enough tosses, let's say the outcome will be 50%, right? So if the outcome is 50%, and let's say that let's say that we get how to explain it? Let's say that the thing is that we are getting, we're gonna get twice as much as we are risking, right? So, for example, if we lose, we have to pay, or we have to leave our bet. But if we win, we get twice our bet, right? Or twice our risky money. So the question is always, if we have a certain risk capital, let's say, right? If we have a certain risk capital, the question is always, what percentage of this capital is it optimal for us to, let's say, invest or risk, right? What percentage is it optimal to risk? Because we don't want to risk too much, but on the other hand, we would also like to risk, a reasonable amount that is also not too small, right? So I figured it out how to apply this to trading. Because what is the if we're talking about the odds, right? What are the odds that we are gonna win or lose, right? Well, somebody might say that the odds are 50% in trading. No, No, that's wrong. That's wrong. The odds are not 50%. The odds are something that we cannot really calculate in trading, because every trade, or almost every trade, can be a winner, and the same trade can be a loser, because everybody has a different idea about what they want to achieve on this trade. So for example, like here on this silver, yeah, I have an idea right now that I want to achieve, for example, this point right there, yeah. Okay, and I can put my stop loss right there, right? And I can say that at this moment I have, let's say, I have a certain specific amount here, right? Like 100 pips, and I have 230 pips, or let's say I have 250 pips. So if I have 100 pips loss and 250 pips profit, then the ratio is 1 risk to 2.5 profit, right? But will the market pay this, right? Will the market pay this? That's the question that we never know right there, right? So this isn't in trading. This thing isn't something known, right? Isn't a certainty. So that's not known. On the other hand, somebody might say, okay, but they didn't want so much. They wanted just as much as there is from this line right now, and there would have been a long trade, and they would have had a profit, right? So you see, somebody takes a profit, somebody doesn't take a profit, and then loses, right? So we can't talk about the odds right here of winning or losing. The odds of winning or losing are your personal win to loss ratio. So in other words, you gotta have a strategy, and you gotta have historical data, right? So in other words, if you have a sample, a historical sample, at least 100 trades, then you can talk about your win-loss ratio. Yeah. So then you can calculate your win-loss ratio, right? And those are your odds, because your personal win-loss ratio is your own data that you've generated, and that's what you are likely to be doing with this specific strategy. All right. Now the second thing is the expected payout. So in other words, the actual risk to reward, right? So how do we calculate that? Well, you could say perhaps like this. Well, my strategy says, for example, that the risk is 1 and the reward is 2, right? So I risk let's say $1 and I get $2 reward, or I risk $1,000 for $2,000 reward. Yeah, but that's another thing. That's another thing that's not correct, because it's not a given. It's not a given, right? It's not a given here. You don't know if the market is going to do that, and very often you might even get a stop loss before the market goes and takes your take profit level, right? So again, that's not the right. Your strategy, your strategic risk to reward ratio is again not the right data to take. What is the right data? The right data is called your profit factor. When you make a statement, when you make your detailed statement or your general statement from your trades history, right? There is a position, you have a gross loss and gross profit, gross loss and profit factor. Because profit factor is simply gross profit divided by gross loss. So basically that's your risk to reward ratio. Your profit factor is your risk to reward ratio. So that's the only, those are the only real data, right, about the specific trader, about you, the specific trader. So you need some history, right? And based on that history, you can calculate your personal win-loss ratio and your historical personal risk-to-reward ratio, so profit factor. And that's where you apply and how you apply the Kelly criterion to your trading. Now, all you need to do is put it into code, and of course I've already done that, and one of my expert advisors now has this. And the other expert advisor that I use, well, I used 2 other expert advisors, so I will have to insert those calculations in those expert advisors as well, and I will do that. Okay, so that's it for this little Friday. That is basically a holiday. But I was still just, doing my job. And that's it for today, right? If you are somewhere in a country that has a holiday, well, I wish you a nice holiday and a nice weekend, of course. Keep healthy, keep safe. Please like, please subscribe. Please join my Discord server, the Dada's Trading Room server on the Discord, and become my Patreon. My Patreon for as little as $17 per month. You'll be granted my VIP role, and you'll get lots and lots of benefits from me. Thanks a lot for today, and like I say, keep healthy, wash your hands, and all the other stuff. And see you next time. Bye.